Hey, what's happening? Before we jump into the show, I wanted to see if you had any music on a hard drive. You have a band, you have a project, and you want to self-release your own music. Well, there's an easy way to do it. You can go to distrokid.com/VIP/hyphenate and go get your music up on all the streamers. You keep 100% of your royalties, and you can get 30% off by using this code. It's a great, easy way to get your music up on the streamers and share it with your fans, your friends, your family, your mom, your dog, everybody. Everyone wants to hear it. But go to distrokid.com/VIP/hyphenate, HYPHENATE, and send me the link. I want to hear it too. Send your mom the link. Send your dog the link. They all want to hear it too. Izotope is a proud sponsor of today's episode. Do you know about their new RX12? This is the way to make your audio flawless, all-in-one audio restoration. RX's 50-plus tool ecosystem is everything you need to rescue, refine, and enhance every project, blending surgical control with rapid results. Fully flexible, RX12 includes a standalone audio editing application and suite of software plugins to use in digital audio workstations. For decades, RX has pushed what's possible in audio editing and restoration, bringing out magic in every scene, song, and story. Powered by pioneering machine learning tech, it's the supporting star behind countless Oscar, Grammys, Emmys, and the winner of a Technical Academy Award. Go get this for yourself. Izotope RX12. It's out. IZOTPE.com.
I went to a rainbow gathering in the forest, and then I went straight from that situation to the hardcore show at Tooligans where King Horse was playing, and one of their slogans was like, "Pure hate, the truth is one." And like somehow in my mind, like it all fit, like it was all fine.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the Hyphenate Pod with me, your host, Randy Randall. This is our show for Thursday, July 16th, 2026. Today, I am very honored and humbled to welcome my guest, Tara Jane O'Neill, on to the podcast. I have been a fan of Tara for a lot of years. Our paths crossed many times over the years, and I was always blown away. I saw her perform solo on guitar. I don't know how many years ago it was, but it was, one of those transcendent noise, ambient, beautiful kind of sound collage-y sort of vibes that I was just smitten, I think is the correct word. And we'd cross paths throughout the years, touring and different places. And she just, she's undeniably cool. She's one of the coolest people you'll ever know. So I feel cool just getting to say that I know TJO. I'm not too embarrassed to gush profusely here on the pod. You'll hear me. She makes me blush in this conversation we have coming up, as only TJO can. Thank you, Tara, for coming on the pod. You're a legend. You're magic, and it was great getting to chat with you. Everybody out there should go to tarajaneo'neill.bandcamp.com. There's a link down in the show notes. You can purchase her records. You can purchase, what does she have? She got merch here? What's on the merch side? She's got records. All kinds of great records. There's art. Oh, the art's sold out. But maybe there's new stuff coming out. There's cassettes, CDs, Japanese only releases, posters, postcard sets. Amazing. She's got great stuff. Has great music. You can also find her on the Instagrams at Tara Jane O'Neill, no comma, no apostrophe. And then she has her website, tarajaneo'neill.com. Go follow her. Look for new fun stuff coming up. She will have shows. There will be more shows. What does she have here? She just did a bunch in May. I just missed her. And then Joshua Tree in June. But there's more. There'll be more stuff coming. The Cool Cloud of Okayness. New full-length album is out now. Ordinal Records. Go see Tara Jane O'Neill. Go watch videos. Go listen to music. There's lots of good stuff on her website, tarajaneo'neill.com. All right, without further ado, here is the great Tara Jane O'Neill, and here's our conversation. Thank you. TJO, what is up? Thank you for coming on Hyphenate Podcast. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you? Are you getting?
I'm very good.
Are you getting poisoned air?
I think so. Aren't we all? It was a mess over the weekend. That was bad.
I think,
we're up here in the foothills, so we get a little bit of reprieve, I think, but not much. I mean, it's air. It's not like one air is different than any. It's the whole city. It's the whole country. We're all
not
cloud.
According to our elected officials, but we don't have to talk about that.
We can. We can talk about whatever we want. I want to talk about you. I want to talk about your music. I want to talk about your art. I want to talk about all the inspiring things that you've done and all the cool creative creators you've left on this earth and you continue to leave as you drop these bombs of positive, emotional explosions across the landscape. That's how I see it. That's what I came here to talk about.
Wow, dude. Okay.
If you don't mind, we'll start there.
I'll try.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is so cool. I'm so glad. I mean, we recently talked about this. Was this Glenn Branca guitar thing? You definitely. Hopefully, they'll come to LA with that. Have you done any of these kind of big guitar ensembles? I know you've done lots of one-off performances with lots of kind of things, but nothing in the 100 guitar range.
No, not the 100 guitar or the 88 drums or any of those. There's the 200 cymbals thing happening.
Ooh.
Maybe it's this weekend.
Is that in New York?
Yeah, it's on Long Island somewhere. Yeah. And I really want to do one of those.
Yeah,
which I qualify for. Like I play drums, but I'm not a drummer. Sure. So yeah. I'm putting this out here. Like, if anybody sees this and there's a triple-digit drum party in your neighborhood, call me.
Hit you up. You're in. You're in for the drum circle.
I'm in. Even if it's a djembe, a cajon, I'll do it.
Have you done any of the gamelan kind of music? These like this Balinese gamelan thing? Because eventually these things, they turn into this kind of like insect kind of buzz, vibrational sort of unity, harmonic convergence. Right. But it reminded me a lot of the gamelan kind of music. I've been a fan, since perusing world music sections. But have you gotten involved in any of that or seen any of that stuff live?
There was a gamelan group in New York City. I forget what they're called, but it was great because they set up a portion of the gamelan because, they can be giant. So it's kind of a small setup, but it was still, I think, like, over a dozen people in just like a bar in a basement somewhere in Manhattan. So that was cool. That made it seem a little less out of reach. But yeah, I've never played one. I became super obsessed with gamelan. I don't know, it's been over 20 years now. So there's like a period of recordings from that time where I'm like approximating it somehow or just like kind of integrating it a little bit into my guitar choice.
Back. Yeah. I feel like it was good in the tour van, because everyone could kind of just shut the fuck up and hypnotize out, and there was very little opinions and just sort of just listening. It was one of these kind of moments of like the van would sort of all like vibe good. Yeah,
totally.
With the gamelan thing.
Yeah, the gamelan can really take care of you in that way, and many others.
Do you know Joel Kayak from Providence
we've met.
Area? Okay, yeah. He invited me to a gamelan group up here. I live up in the foothills near Sunland, Tahunga, and he invited me to one. And it's this amazing lady it's a very suburban house, but her whole house is decorated like Balinese, designs. Cool. And she would host these gamelan groups taught by very like well-trained professionals, and he's so cool and just offered, they're like, of course. And I was like, of course I can do that. And then within the first month it was a weekly meeting, I was like, my babies were still little, I was just like, oh, I'm still too much percentage dad to really block out hours on the weekend to go trip out on Gamelan Town. But it was one of those moments of it's you're hitting and muting and percuss. It was the one hand's hitting, one hand's and there wasn't sheet music as much as it was like calls. It was more performative. Like they would call out a rhythm, and everybody would follow. It was like a memorized kind of thing. Like we're all
Right.
going to the bridge. We're going to part A. We're going to part B. They would just kind of call out things, and everyone knew how the song kind of went. And I was just, I could not. I'd be lying if I said I knew what I was doing at any point in that those 4 sessions.
That's so fun.
But
I mean, it's a tradition, like it's folk music. So yeah, I guess it's like those Appalachian things where they call out the dance, and the fiddler does what's appropriate for the dance. That's so cool. I maybe off air we could talk about how I can find that group. I'd love to try that.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Oh my God, you're so good for wanting to be in more groups. I find myself oscillating between like I want to do everything and like, oh, I can't do anything. Oh no, this is too much. I'm too.
Yeah,
it's good you're so open.
I mean, I've been like totally in a hermitage for the last kind of since pandemic, but certainly the last like 3 years. So I'm just back in LA kind of now.
Oh, fun.
And
okay.
I'm like,
so you're ready to get plugged
let's
in.
do stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. Well, let's talk about where this all started for you. Where do you come from, and when did you first sort of start making a racket? Let's go all the way back.
Woo! Let's see. Well, I was all over the place, but a little known fact is that I spent the puberty years. Oh, crackle. I spent puberty years in Orange County, California.
Whoa.
Kind of like Inland Empire. Like,
really?
Now they call it Yorba Linda, but before it was just like fields. So it's like the edge of like Anaheim.
Yeah, the Richard Nixon zone.
Yeah. Yeah, I took piano lessons for a very brief period of time right across the street from the Richard Nixon Library. Whoa, she was really mean. She was really not inspirational. She actually did the like pointed, like the sharpened pencil tips under the wrists to like encourage good form. That just destroyed everything. But yeah, so after I did my stint in Orange County, I was in Louisville, which was terrible. You know, like you move when you're like 13 to fucking Louisville. Oh, can I cuss on here?
Of course, please.
Woo! I got a pirate mouth because probably because Louisville. But so I was pretty crestfallen about that. But then it turns out that at that time, the late 80s, early 90s in Louisville, when I was coming up, that was exactly the place for me to be as the kind of misfit I was, because there were a bunch of us. And in those years, there was this great thing where we all kind of got together and made a lot of cool music together. I don't know if you've heard about that.
A little bit. I mean, as a fan, I'm a big fan of a lot of the music that has come out of that Louisville sort of scene.
Yeah, it was. I feel really lucky.
Onwards into the 90s.
Yeah, Yeah.
How did you discover these people? How was this? What was that like there for people who don't know, or people who aren't familiar with this world? What was it like? Were you seeing people at shows? Did you start? Yeah.
I mean, there was the strong scene. There was a lot of loitering, teenage loitering. There were a couple all ages spots. You know, it was like not. I mean, to some degree, yes, it was genrefied living, you know, like there were the skaters and the hardcore dudes, and there were the Nazi skinheads, and then there were the anti-racist skinheads, and then there were the goths, you know, and everybody had their thing. But I feel like, at least in my memory, you could kind of move around inside of all these places. I mean, seriously, there was this one of my favorite bands. I would go to their practices in high school. It was like that. They're called King Horse. Love them to this day. I actually like almost fell apart when many years after practices at their place, they asked me to be the new bassist. I was living in New York, and it was like post Rodin and all that. And I'm like on the phone, like, oh my God. Oh, sure. Yeah. And then I'm like, I don't think we'd get along like that, but thank you. So whatever, I was really into them. But there was one weekend where I went to a rainbow gathering in the forest. And then I went straight from that situation to the hardcore show at Tooligans where King Horse was playing. And one of their slogans was like, pure hate. The truth is one. And like somehow in my mind, like it all fit, like it was all fine. So I don't know if that was true for a lot of people in our scene, but there was just a lot going on. There were lots of cauldrons doing really amazing shit. And yeah, like Slint and Will, and those are like the people that have kind of crossed the generations and people know about them, but like so many others, like unbelievable. It was always happening. Like Freakwater, I have to shout out Freakwater.
Wow.
They're like, it's Catherine Irwin and Janet Bean, and they do kind of cracked Carter Family, but with punk rock informed.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. A million, like King Kong. Maybe you heard of King Kong.
I was going to say I was going to call out King Kong. That's sort of in that Slint world related. But yeah, I mean, I had that Old Man on a Bridge tape when that was passed down from my older brother's friend. Like, you'd like this. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know what I was, 12 or 13, kind of just hearing about Nirvana. But it's like, oh, wait, no, this is great. This is funk. This is Minutemen or Red Hot Chili Peppers or whatever my suburban brain could sort of grasp onto in that sort of way. But no, it was so much fun.
Yeah, so that was a real cool place to find myself. And my buddies Jason and Jeff, kind of literally pulled me out of my bedroom because I was in there just like writing weird songs and learning how to play bass, listening to Jefferson Airplane records and going to King Horse shows. And they had a group, King G and the J Crew, and they just put out a record, actually, a reissue of this record that came out in, I think, 1990. And so then that kind of segued into what became Rodin. It was all really fast. Like, I don't know, Rodin, I think we were actually playing live shows for 2 years, and that was it. And so, yeah, everything moves really fast when you're 21 years old. Like, we broke up, I was 21, which is so crazy. Yeah.
But I feel like I've reflected on this too. Those earlier days in life, you just do like 40 things a day though. I mean, it's like you wake up, you went skateboarding, went to school, went over to someone's house, wrote a song, went to a party, then stayed up and listened to records, smoking cigarettes in the park till midnight, or what, what I mean? And then did it all again the next day.
Yeah.
Like every day, like the time goes by fast, but you pack it, it's dense full of things.
I feel like that continued until like, I don't know, maybe until I moved to LA, then things got a little slower. But like I was, somebody was asking another kind of podcast about the year 1996, and I couldn't totally remember, but I did find like my black sketchbook, which is what, the phone was then. So it had all the information and then all the stuff. And I found a calendar, and I just didn't even write down places or dates for this calendar, this hand-drawn calendar, because it was 3.5 months of straight touring. And the only thing I had done was I was playing in 3 groups at that time. And so there was a color for one band, and then it was like a half color, like on the calendar square for doing double duty. And then the third group, just like, wow. And I was just a baby. And that was just the spring. I mean, and then the fall kept going,
It's incredible. That's sort of what my wife and I, what our shared iPhone calendar looks like. We sort of have our home shared calendar in one color, and then I have 2 different bands, and I've convinced everybody just to get on these phone calendars, not because I think it's, it works. It's worked for my wife and I. We wouldn't know where our heads were. We have two kids and they're in two different summer camps this summer, and we're both, I'm going back to school and we're working. So I look at the day, I look at the thing, I'm like, okay, this makes sense today. This is what we were doing. You'd go here, I go there. And then I have one for my mom because she watches the kids. Again, they're just having fun with it. I love it. I should take a screenshot of it because it doesn't exist.
Please do.
The digital
we can
world.
swap.
Yeah. The other funny thing that's been happening is Yahoo. This is again, so I signed up for Yahoo somewhere in the 90s and I still have it. It was fine for years. And then they just started throttling their storage. I think I have 20 gigs worth of emails from the last 20 years. And so they want me to clean it up. So then I do go back to 2006 from when I started it. And it's just so funny just reading emails, from those times. And it's that kind of thing. Okay, February we're in this country, and then March we're planning this, and you're just gone all the time. And every funny little note. I just feel like we also used to just write letters. You just write, you just find emails as letter writing more than, because we didn't have the social media sense or the. And if you weren't hanging out, then texting wasn't even really, it was I don't know, we didn't text. I'd write a nice letter from an internet cafe or something.
Yeah. I remember vividly seeing the first text, and it was my flip phone that had the smallest little screen, and it was pulsing this little winged letter with a heart on it. And I was like, what's that? What's happening? And a friend was there, and they're like, that's a text. It's like, what's a text? But I mean, the crazy thing for me to think about is back in those very early 90s, we were touring and there was no email, there was no GPS. And often at the house where I lived, the Rocket House, there was no working phone. So we were doing this shit in such a Stone Age way. It kind of blows my mind. I did European tours without that shit. It's so crazy. There was our friends Unwound. Rodin never got to play with them for whatever reasons, but they came up with a term called "you've been Rodined," and I only learned this not that many years ago, actually. And that refers to when you set up a show with somebody in their town, and that's how it works. Set it up with the town, you end up there. There's not cell phones. It's all a faith-based kind of operation. And then that band is on tour and there's no show and there's nothing. Oh. So we did that to Unwound. I never knew about it.
Wait, that you would book a show with them in some other town or in
so
Louisville?
They wrote to us, somebody of us, and said, hey, we're coming through June 24th. And whoever us said, great. We'll set it up. See you then.
In Louisville. In Louisville, that's where they said, we're going to be in your town. You're from there. And you're like, of course, no problem. You got a show on that day. Just trust us.
Right. So you drive there. It's part of your itinerary. And then, no, the band's on tour. There's no show. So that's being Rodined.
Amazing. I love that. It's a verb. If that's ever happened to you.
Sad legacy. Sad legacy. Yeah. So those were the days, Randy.
Yeah, well, I remember we had the old school GPS, we used to call it, in our early aughts touring, where we just stick our head out of the window and try to find a punk or somebody on a skateboard or somebody that looked like they knew something that was going on and say, where's the all ages space in town? where's this thing? And then they would say, oh yeah, but even in Europe, in another language, it's kind of, you just get the city center. You could get your map or your Garmin or there wasn't even, I don't know, we didn't have Garmin. We'd have something. Somehow we'd find the city center. You could follow signs for that. Right. And then you just start asking people, yelling as you drive around, where's the cemetery? Where's the squat? Where's the coffee shop with the people that look like us?
Screaming, where's the cemetery?
Yeah. I mean, that's usually where the shows were. I mean, we played this great squat that was next door to a cemetery, and the floors were all broken headstones, like the ones that had fallen, like seconds and things that they didn't use. And so it was this whole place was just built out of the broken marble pieces. I think this was in Italy. It was gorgeous, but it was but there's something. I'm sure there's something metaphorical about it.
Yes.
Yeah. So, it's incredible. So, and you were, but the kind of music you guys were playing too, I mean, did it feel of a scene? Did it feel, I mean, part of the style, I suppose too, in some ways it was progressive, not in like a prog rock way, but in a like pushing the boundaries of, it's post-punk, it's pre-Nirvana, or this kind of world of whatever major label underground attraction.
Right.
It's how was that? Was there a conscious decision even maybe, or this was just what the sound that came out and no one questioned it in terms of the sound of Rodin and what you were making then?
I mean, definitely there was something in the air that informed our stuff, like Slint, there was Crane, there was a whole kind of Chicago influence too. And that's pretty evident in our music. But like at the same time, I'm playing I'm doing bass solos and shit. So like we're all bringing stuff. And Jason and Jeff had just like spent years doing this white boy hip hop stuff. So it had something a little bit different than that. And, in some ways it's cool that we only had that one proper album because it was like the union of all these like weird ideas that we had, and we hadn't really developed our sound, I don't know. So in a way it's kind of great that's the piece that exists for us because like we're playing some funky stuff. We're playing some like straight up like Albini shit. We're aping all kinds of people. And then, there's parts where I'm like singing real pretty. So it's just all kinds of stuff. I'm sure if we'd stayed together, it would have like, gotten a lot tidier. We would have like sculpted it more, and that probably would have sucked.
That's the hard truth. Yeah. The sophomore slump of what never was. No, there is something beautiful about that. It's kind of like a Jurassic Park thing, crystallized in ember, first thought, best thought, and then just hands off. We never signed it. Yeah.
And I feel like that's like kind of how like first records often are for solo artists or bands. There's just like lots of ideas and you smash them together, see what happens. I'm trying to do that with my next record. I'm going to try to write my first record again.
I love it. I love it.
Restarted the counter.
It can happen. You know what I mean? I think it is a point of view. I find myself always back to square one no matter what I do. And it's that feeling of like, it's in it. Yeah. But sometimes maybe that's not a bad thing to be back at square one, that blank page. Maybe there is something good about that rather than.
I mean, it's terrifying, that blank page, but it's good. I mean, that's the place to start from, right?
Right. Yeah. But it's true.
Hopefully this time I can be like, I've been listening to this and I've been listening to this and fuck them. Not like I've ever not really fuck them, but I don't know. There's something. I'm hoping to like get into the mystery box, I call it, in the afternoon where I'm like, okay, don't fucking call me anybody. I'm going into the mystery box, and that's like my focus zone. So I'm gonna go into the mystery box a lot, and I'm gonna go with that intention of like, okay, make your first solo record, babe. Fuck 'em, babe.
Just do it. Well, yeah, I love that feeling. Yeah, I've started a few bands in that sort of same regard of like, it's just that judgment-free zone of that, like, I don't know, this is what we played. Like, is this what we want to play? Is this like, we played it. It exists.
Right.
Let's leave the critic hat for someone else to wear. We're the band. We made a song. Is it the best? Probably not. But does it have to be the best? Again, that's the next one. Just keep going. You know what I mean? There's something about the breathing of a creative effort. And if you just, every breath, every step is a place along the journey. And I think for us, we were just excited. We all wanted to play live in that kind of way. And so there was more like, what do we need as a band? How many minutes of music do you need to start playing shows? And we kind of got to that point and just said, okay, let's just start playing and we'll see what happens next.
Totally.
Which, I think was what kind of everybody was looking forward to doing, is especially post pandemic, was that kind of feeling of like, I love loading, it's all those things of the minutia of being in a live band. There's the loading in, the sound checking, the hanging out. I miss it. I want to play in a band too. So again, gamelan, and I want to play bass in a band, y'all. Come on, I'm good at it. Oh my God.
Come on.
All right.
Come on.
But let's talk more after this. It's funny. I picked up a bass 6 for this band because our bass player left.
So fun.
And then Squire, they make these, $500 Squire ones. They sound great.
I got one.
They're amazing. Yeah.
So cool.
And
it's opened up a lot.
Exactly. And it's a funny one. And I found myself, playing all the guitar chords and everything. And then the more and more we write, I'm like, I probably could play all this on a 4-string. But it does feel so fun to have a big 6-string kind of thing. Just knowing that they're there. Just you can always go up to them whenever you want to.
I find that I can't play bass on it and I can't play guitar on it. So
right.
And
that's what's kind of nice about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it also is that new world, it's a new space of like, I don't know what to play on this thing.
Yeah. And I saw my friend Tim playing in Little Wings, playing bass, but on a 6. And I was like, what? And I was convinced, and I got myself one, the Squire one. And I didn't kind of play it for the first year because it was kind of disappointing. But as an experimental implement, oh my God, it is so fun when I do like noise stuff or when I'm accompanying the dancers. Dude, that is a whole universe. I love it.
Yeah, it's kind of there's tons of real estate to stretch out. You can kind of be anywhere you want in that scale of, especially someone who's played bass and has played guitar. It's not one or the other, but it is. You can kind of sonically cross into those worlds.
Totally.
Tell me more about the dancing. We alluded to it before, but you just brought it up. What is the process like?
I've been working with Jimmy, who's my wife. 2012, I guess. Yeah, 2012. I don't know. Like, there are times that she does composed pieces, as solos or duos or like really large groups of people, dancers. And that process is really different from this thing that we ended up calling Body and Bass, which is just the two of us improvising. And I'm playing whacked out bass and she's playing whacked out body. And it's not like, I think a lot of times people will say things like, oh, like it's interpretive dance to your music, or, oh, you're playing to the dance. I'm like, no, it's more that thing of like parallel. It's more like an energetic collaboration, It's like she's doing her trips, I'm doing mine. I'll peek occasionally where she is, to get a little bit of a visual cue. And, she's hearing me, but ultimately doing her own thing. And that's really fun because I'm not like, oh, she's spinning now. So, if anything, sometimes I do call it spin the dancer. If she's like really in a zone where I can tell she's responding to what I'm playing, then I'll do something to spin the dancer, or whatever that means. But kind of feel like I'm getting to manipulate her thoughts a little. That's fun. But we just did one this weekend. It was a choreographed piece with another dancer, and I played my modded electric auto harp that I just got a new pickup for. And that, again, kind of like the 6, that opens up a whole universe of sonics. Because I ripped off all the buttons, like it's the auto harp with the like button and it makes the chords.
Sure.
But when you just have it flat and electrified, oh my God, it can be a feedback instrument. It's a tonal instrument. I have it tuned to this, like, what I find to be very pleasing. It's like 3 registers. It's just like an open chord. You can hit it. You can you can do all kinds of stuff.
It's a resonator. It's a percussive thing. It's all
exactly.
That's incredible. I've never seen.
Yes.
I've never seen. That's cool. So you ripped it. You ripped it up and then it installed a electric guitar pickup. Is that?
It's actually, I had a piezo, like a nice one on there for years, but Ruben at Old Style just alerted me to and then installed. They make actual auto harp pickups, so it goes across the entire body of it evenly.
Oh, how cool!
Yeah.
How
so
cool
now we're off to the races.
I love that.
I mean, it could be.
Oh,
it could be like a doom device. Like it can make.
Yeah. It's a drum.
Very upsetting sounds.
You could have an ensemble of prepared auto harps or something. You know what I mean? In this kind of way.
Let's do it.
I'm in. I love that idea. What did I just?
We have a lot to do off the air.
I'm ready. Let's get to work.
Gamelan, rock band, auto harp ensemble.
It's so fun. I'd love. I had this idea. I wanted to do like a 3-string guitar thing. We're only putting 3 strings on. I had this thought for a while, but it really, it becomes, wrangling people is always tougher.
Sounds easier. Bill Orcutt's thing? Yeah. Cause he's,
his project, what is it? Does he do a 3-string guitar? I know Bill.
I don't know how many, it's not a full set. I don't know. It may be 3, it may be 4.
Okay.
Check it out. It
that sounds fun. What was I going to say? This was this Awesome Sauce Guitars. Do you follow him on Instagram? Is that what he's called? Awesome Sauce?
Awesome Sauce.
He makes these really fun, and he feels very much a kinship. Let me see. What is this thing called? AwesomeSauceGuitars.com. I'll give a shout out to him. He's a guitar maker, and it looks like he gets a lot of like, kind of found things, and maybe he's a improvised kind of luthier guy. It's very much not traditional. I guess I could say, but so I find I look at these things he does. I feel like Eastwood has been doing a lot of really fun, like the mandolin, the Warren Ellis thing, some tenor things, some very strange things. I know they go kind of big on their stuff, but this AwesomeSauceGuitars.com on Instagram is a one-man operation, it looks like. And he's got a reverb store filled with rare and sometimes effed up musical instruments.
Great.
Sounds about right. Yeah. It's one of those things like seeing a pickup for an auto harp. You're like, ooh, there's a world here. I love when you find an instrument.
There's a lot of worlds. Yeah, it's cool. The Dr. Frankensteins that know about these things, like Ruben, because he's Dr. Frankenstein. Right. You know him, yeah.
A little bit. Yeah, I haven't been in there too much. I know the shop. I've gone through. I'm constantly attracted and repelled by purchasing things, right? I mean, this is the dance of like, no, I can't, and then just an absurd amount of money for me, hundreds of dollars will just fly out of my wallet, and I go, wait, I said no to so many other things. Why did I just bought this really random sampler that's like made for kids? It has no manual, and this is the thing I just spent the money on. Okay.
Floppy disks. Where are you going to get your floppy disks?
Yeah. Oh my God. I had so many of those. What would we know? Jazz Drive. The Jazz Drives. That's got to be a band name. Do you remember the Jazz Drives?
Is that a thing? No.
Yeah, the Jazz Drive. It was after the floppy disk, but before something else. They had little zip drives. There was like zip drives. Those were kind of like the evolution of it. It was before CDs.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
I don't know. Again, we're antiquated. Yeah. Oh, I know. But that was a big, anyway, that was a big thing. I think for No Ages, we were just buying weird stuff on eBay and just like old samplers, old things you could find, and mixing things. You're just like, oh. And then carrying it around until it broke until it inevitably break every night on stage. And then we just kick it over and be like, okay, I guess all those songs are gone or we're not going to play those anymore. So tell me, after Rodin and Louisville, where do you go? And then it's solo projects. It's what, sort of, walk me through what
my God.
From there. I mean, there's so much. I know it's a lifetime, but I guess, just in terms of I don't know, with the bigger moments for people who aren't familiar. Bigger moments. what's inspiring you as you move through those years, post Rodan, going solo, putting out these records?
I mean, there was, after Rodan, I did a couple of bands. I was playing a lot. I was living between New York and Louisville. And I was playing for a lot of people. I had a band with my girlfriend called Retson, and then I had this band that in some ways was like the precursor to my solo thing called the Sonora Pine. And we put out 2 records. Riley Walker just reissued one of those a couple of years ago. So I was just kind of continuing on with that. And then something happened, and I was like, you know what? I need to move to Olympia, Washington, and play with Rachel Carnes. And so that's what I did. And I'd already put out a couple solo records on Touch and Go. But moving to the West Coast really just kind of switched the whole paradigm of my life and the way I wanted to do music and communities I wanted to contribute to and be a part of, you know? So that's been whatever it's been, almost 25 years now. Yeah, so I don't know, like in 2005 it was Gamelan, but I don't know if anybody could hear that, you know, but that's what it was.
That's where you were
coming
from.
And I also had this, there was this guy, Fred Nemo in Portland. He was a dancer for a group there called Hazel that wasn't around when I was around, but we fell in love, I guess. And he started doing his fucking madman thing, Buto-inspired freak out on stage while I was doing, like, at that time I was like, vacillating between things that were approximations of gamelan on guitar and then like just like straight up kind of traditional music, like song structure stuff. And then there'd be this maniac like with swords and like ripping things off of his body. Like when we opened for Slint, we had this kind of shadow puppet thing, a screen set up, and he was back there doing his movement, and it was backlit, so he was a shadow, and I really liked that. And then he came out, like he had a fucking sword that actually pierced the sheet and just would like cut it, like a really sharp sword. It wasn't even a prop, but he would be on stage like, and then he came out, and he's like an older guy wearing this shredded dress, looking crazy. And I feel like at that reveal, I could hear the young people who were there to see Slint in 2005 just like collectively gasp, just like, what the fuck am I seeing? This is weird.
That's the perfect position to be in that kind of, in the opening, the warm-up act is to really but also to really push something forward is in that sort of way. Like why play anything safe at that point? You know what I mean? You have nothing to as someone. I mean, I've spent years being an opening act and enjoyed every minute. And we've done some headlining, but the opening spot is the spot to really just let it all go. That's the one where you just, it's, you know what I mean? It's nothing to lose. You have a stage and a venue full of people. And, you know, expectations could not be lower. So you could either stay there or go somewhere completely different, go sideways, or, you know, not that it's your job to win them over necessarily. We never did that, but it really just always felt like you get to play with all the fun parts of a giant stage, without having to write some, you know, record that everyone knows.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's a really good point. I wish I had kind of thought of that 20 years ago.
Well, I come to this through you know, long drives. Yeah. So this was not always my opinion at the time. I'm guilty of being an entitled, you know, opening act. Yep.
All of us.
Yeah. But I always liked it though. I don't know. There was always something so fun because then you were done early. I don't know. I really appreciated all of it. It was just fun to get to hang out. I think I was good at being a little brother too. I think that was kind of my position in my own sort of family. So I always felt like this is like cool. This is the opening. It's kind of the little brother spot to be.
Right.
To hang out, get to eat all their food, drink all their beer. Yeah. Like I did nothing to earn any of this. I'm just hanging out and I'm just going to be bratty and have fun.
That's fucking living, dude.
Right?
Damn.
Yeah. And then it's fun because we would get then the younger bands opening for us. And I remember getting so sassed by opening bands. I didn't even know who they were. They got put on the band, out by the venue. And this kid just read me the riot act in Portland out in front of the venue while I was having a cigarette. And I'm just being like, so I don't even know who it was, but he was opening the show for us and just was wanted to tell me everything that was wrong with me and the band and everything we were doing. I was like, fuck yeah, this is great. I was like, I hope you have a great show, man. This is awesome. Let's go. You know what I mean? Because I just felt like the energy coming back to me. And I don't know what his, again, whatever his journey was, we were all put together to do something. And I was really, I appreciated it so much because you know how it is. Some people just be nice because they think you can do something for them. But when you get that real kind of punk moment or that real kind of just fuck you moment, I'm like, yes, that's what most people are thinking. And it kind of confirms all my insecurities too. I'm like, you're right, kid. It is all a sham. This is all a fucking weird shell game of money laundering and promotional material for the CIA. It is. I'm just getting paid and
wow,
going
man,
to Motel 6 tonight.
So evolved. You're so evolved back then.
I was also sober and grumpy too, so that was fun.
Hey, that helps. I agree with you on all these things, and it brought to mind maybe the kind of energy exchange, getting something back, like you said. When I saw Lydia Lunch play at there's a fashion institute in downtown Los Angeles. Turns out I went to a show, and I think it was Lydia Lunch and the band with Bob Burt. Retrovirus.
Oh, yes. It was Weasel in there too somewhere.
Yeah.
Weasel's usually around. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm checking it out. I'm like, wow, this is so weird. It's like 2015. Cool. This is awesome. And they're doing their thing. I'm watching. Lydia looks straight at me and just like, and I was like, Lydia Lunch just flipped me off. And it was like this arrow to my heart. But like a really nice feeling arrow to my heart. And I was kind of surprised at my reaction to that. Wow. Yeah, it was cool. Maybe like the kid telling you how terrible you are for smoking a cigarette. Just, little dude.
It's so good. I just feel like, there's the power of the performance is all in the moment, and you're like you said, it's an exchange of energy. And I think as we age, as we go through more experiences, the commonalities or the banalities or I can fall into the things, and it's not the band's on stage's fault. It's whatever energy I'm bringing to it. But to have a moment where you're like jostled or like shaken or something, just to like that anything that shakes you to your core, I feel like is just so exciting, no matter what it is.
Totally. I feel the same way about maybe like certain kinds of music or things I feel like have such power. Like, if I hear, say, like a Baptist, like a Southern Baptist church on a Sunday, just throwing down incredible music, and you hear 100 people like clapping and singing, like that's where I want to be. Even though I'm not a Southern Baptist at all, and politically very not aligned with them. I really just, I like being in spaces where, like, everybody is blissed out. Like, I can get there with them, even if I don't like, case in point, a friend got me a ticket to go see Joni Mitchell play her first show up in the Gorge in Washington State a few years ago, and all I had to do was get there, which was a whole nother story, but it was like this Brandi Carlile
oh, yes, I heard about this
thing. And that's not my jam, but there were 60,000 people there. I hate being around 60,000 people. Are you kidding? But they were so psyched. I was like, okay, Brandi Carlile. All right. You're doing something. You're doing something. Good. You're doing
real
something.
Recognizes real.
People.
All right. Yeah.
All right. I believe this. Which is a sign of growth for me because 25 years ago, I was like, no, fuck, hell no. Now I'm like, all right, everybody's crying. Good. Great.
Yeah. you can value. Yeah, it does. Something's happening here, even if it's not your thing. I just I look for every moment to just you want to own the experience in whatever way that is. And you're either, I think I grew up going to so many shows where I was run over like a steamroller, whether it was through volume or stage presence or charisma or just being run over, to where you just become part of that sea of the mass of people moving and sweating and everything. It's this, again, kind of along a religious sort of thing, but I'm part of an older group of people, and we're very polite, and we don't do that. I don't go to places where that happens as often, probably by choice. Yeah. I'm sure I know it still happens. I know there's a group of 20-year-old kids in a garage basement VFW hall losing their shit to something that sounds like Reheated Madball or some weird, New York hardcore thing it's trendy. But it's just, what I mean? But I'm choosing not to go to those things. I'm going to go see.
I'm so glad they're doing it. But
I'm glad, exactly. Yeah. But I know it exists, and that's enough for me. You know what I mean? And I think there's part of it too, just that feeling of like, I'm so happy with my lived experience that then, it's just like, that's okay. I don't want to hang out, with the kids. Because I feel very comfortable with who I am. I don't need the.
Dude, you're so evolved. I love it.
I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be so sanctimonious. No, or what do they call it? Performative. I think that's the new term of this kind of.
No, you're great.
Embarrassment of it
all.
You're
great, Randy.
No, TJ.
You are, man. You really are.
It's you. You're doing it. This is the part I'll have to clip for the thing. We're like, okay.
No, I was gonna say this is the.
This is the clip. Part. Yeah, this is the social media thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, now that I'm completely derailed and awestruck.
You're great, Randy. I'll say it again. You're just great.
I can't take it anymore. Oh my God. Yeah. Well, what are you playing? What are you playing these days? What's your gear setup? You said you're moving stuff around. Did you get rid of gear? What do you carry? What's a normal? Let's nerd out.
I mean, right.
Weirdos.
I have this really pared down thing right now because what I moved in was kind of me back into LA, into this apartment, which will last, I'm not sure how long, but because I've been living out of the city for a while, and I had like a garage that became like my dream studio, like I had enough space for everything. The vibe was cool. I recorded my last record there with like all the drums, like the full trio that did it, and it sounded great. I was psyched on it. But I had to leave. I can't live in the country, not quite yet. So I've spent the last couple weeks like piecemealing what it is I think I need for my like kit, the kit of now. Mm-hmm. And I only have 2 channels that I could record with right now, which is weird, but I'm kind of into it. I have this problematic device. Do you know it?
What is that? I can't even see this. No.
It's the brand is called Micro. Oh, it's backwards. Shit. It's a hologram. It's a microcosm.
Oh, microcosm. Hologram. Okay.
They are problematic. They are problematic. I have like 5 settings on this thing, and I don't fuck with the rest of it because it's too much. Okay. But it's a magic box, and that comes in a lot, and I have to kind of dial it back, or else it just becomes like, one of those, like when everybody was hitting a fucking line 6, looping it, and then hitting reverse. Remember those years?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, okay. Yeah. So it has the potential to become that, like the transparent magic trick is just not that fun. I don't know. I'm playing bass. I'm playing my bass 6. I'm playing my auto harp. I have my Gretsch BST.
Ooh, are you good at getting rid of gear? Can you sell stuff? I mean, obviously, it's pared down and gone through. Things.
Yeah, as needed. I never buy really expensive gear because I never really have the dollars for that.
Same.
So I've over the years figured out, initially like cool ways to like work with pretty much nothing. And then, you know, as things have become more expensive, like I'm looking at my little Apollo Twin, and that's perhaps the most expensive single piece of gear I ever got.
But it's important. It's kind of the network there. That
it has to be there, yeah. But then to like get the channels that I need for live stuff, then I got like a pretty cheap, you know, like those Focusrite Octopre's with the optical lines. So then I have 10. And that costs, I think, $300 when I got it. So, you know, it's a lot of tricks like that, which aren't really, like, the resale market isn't too great for that.
It's so funny. But somebody's going to make a video about it, and then it'll become a thing. Yeah, I somehow always miss those, too. Or it's the thing of like, well, like I've had people like, you know how much that thing goes for now? I'm like, I don't know. I think I shoplifted it from a thrift store in Switzerland on tour. And it's like, that thing, and then look how much it's worth. And then I'm like, you know, and it's a crappy pedal that's been broken and never really worked.
Right.
But I just hold on to things. And then they're like, I'm like, oh, yeah, it's worth $300. Like, is that... Is that like a big thing? Or you know what I mean? It's like, what am I going to guess? Okay, I guess. So I'm going to try to go like take a photo, post it, and then watch people offer me $20 for it for the next 6 months. And then luckily, if I'm lucky, I'll find a guy somewhere in Brentwood where I got to go meet him at a you know, whatever parking lot of coffee shop and go like, oh, hey, cool. Okay. I just spent $60 in gas to get over here now. Thanks. I don't know. It's just, you know, too many of these.
Yeah, I don't
things.
even do it.
I don't care.
I have a problem. Like I have a Rat pedal from 1993, and
bro, that's worth so much.
That was the only pedal I ever had for so long, and I still have it. It's kind of awesome to have it. And the other one I still have from that era is a it's a small stone flanger.
Oh yeah,
phaser. It's a phaser, and it's like a tank. And wow. So I have a couple of those artifacts, but like I have sold some very cool basses over the years, and I kind of regret it. And acoustic guitars. Like, what the fuck was I thinking? So yeah, I do that. Like the electric guitars, I hold pretty dear. Like the Gretsch BST, that's kind of my usual whip. I got it on tour for $300 in Indiana in 2005. And same thing, like people are like, do you know how much those go for now? I'm like, nah. And like, that's probably my most valuable guitar now. I'm just like, wow, like, you know, there's nothing linear about
it. But it doesn't change your relationship to it. It's not like someone could offer you X amount and be like, oh, I guess you could take my whole life then. Sure.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Like I've had
Here,
this
take
since
my
I was
sound
a kid.
with you.
Yeah.
I'll take these little pieces of paper or like whatever, like a ping on a Venmo. Take my sound. It's cool.
No, it's those. I definitely believe in totems and things and that kind of the power. Like, you know, sometimes I always feel too like there's a song in the guitar, and I know that doesn't make sense, but it does. You know, when you feel it, you're like, this is what this guitar does. This guitar makes this song. It's where it
big time. Which is why I have too many electric guitars. I mean, I don't have that many, but I have a couple few. Yeah. Because they spark different things.
I know. I saw that. Well, I started collecting little amps. That's a little bit easier to store. Those little like 5-watt, 10-watt things. And they sound great. And you can record with them. And then now, you know, I play shows where that's an appropriate volume to play live, and I'm happy because I get to bring these cool tiny amps.
Did you bring that to the Glen Barranca Jam? Like, what did you play?
I borrowed one because it was in New York. I strung up an old Tesco guitar that I'd found. Those have come back. Wow. Those are not come back, but those are like now people are trying to sell those things for $600.
I know.
Like weird Japanese copies, and I remember those were the embarrassment things to have. But anyway, I strung up one of those because it's all in B. It's like 3 low Bs with wound strings and then 3 high Bs unwound strings. And then my friend, do you know Bobby Berg from Chicago? And he played in Joan of Arc,
I know
and he's in New York now. Yeah, he let me borrow his girlfriend's amp. And it sounded great. I have to say, one of those moments too, when we were in Lincoln Hall, and Reg comes by and points at everybody just to get a sound check. That's the version of the sound check for 100 guitars is she points at everybody once at a time and just strum the guitar, and she'll tell you, higher, lower, brighter, darker, less gain. Yeah. And I'm fortunate enough. This was my third time playing in a Glenn Branca piece, live ensemble, and so I had a little bit, but it was I did take a little moment of pride. I'll pat myself on the back for that one. But I was just like, she like pointed at me and went bonk, and she was like, thumbs up. I was like, yes.
Ooh,
like I'll take it.
See, again, you're just great, Randy. You're just
great. Wow, yeah, I know. I set myself up for that one. Sorry.
You did.
I did.
That's
I stepped in it. All right. Well, I've kept you for too long because I'm having too much fun and my ego is just overflowing. I'm going to have to go get yelled at by small kids. Yes. All right. I have to convince a 7-year-old to take a shower. I think that's my next journey. And he's going to yell at me and tell me all these. It's going to unravel. My ego needs to get re-spooled back in. So,
do they still do that thing? I have this vague memory that I haven't thought of ever before. I don't think to convince me, like they would put like dye in the bath, like some kind of space,
right?
And you could put it in the bath, and the kid could have fun with the colors,
or like the bubbles and things. Yeah, like bubbles and there was like crayon, like stuff you could draw on.
Oh, the crayons, yeah,
this kind of thing. Yeah. We've done that. We've had all. I mean, it's all numbers of things.
It's just ongoing.
I think what works at this point is if get in and get out, and then we can have ice cream. I'm not afraid to say it. We get those little mini Trader Joe's ice cream cones where it's like it's like a teaspoon scoop. Have you seen these things? Yeah. And they fit right in his hand because he's so, because he's kid sized. And so he gets one of those after the shower.
Wow.
I'm sure
you didn't even have
to
do that with me to convince me to do this podcast.
Well, next time I see you, I will bring some kind of Halloween candy.
Great. Hope it's not too long.
That's the other thing, being a parent I have access to candy at all times.
Wow, dude.
Candy and strawberries. I've never bought so many strawberries in my life. I'm on a weekly strawberry purchaser.
I accept strawberries too.
Okay, strawberries, that'll work. Well, thank you so much. Where can people keep up with you? What's the best way for people to follow what you do and to purchase things and to support you financially, emotionally?
Yeah.
All things like this. What can people do?
All my stuff's kind of all over the place, but at this point, I would say that the Bandcamp site is the most kind of archival place. It's got all the labels participate, so it's all there, and it's just my name.
I love it.
Tara Jane O'Neill.
.bandcamp.com. I'm looking at it right now. It's great. Do you fill orders for anything? Do you ship any of these things out yourself?
I do. I'm gonna do. This is kind of jumping the gun, but yeah, I made a record during pandemic. It came out called Songs for Peacock, and it's like a covers record I made for my brother, and we're doing a small repress. So I'll be fulfilling those orders in about a month, but I haven't announced that yet. So there's an announcement.
Awesome. All right. You heard it here first. Everybody go to tarajaneo'neill.bandcamp.com.
That's right.
And purchase the record. That's great. How fun is that to sell out and go into second pressing? That's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. And it's all covers. It's like shitty pop music. It's not shitty. It's like great, but it's, me. It starts with like a Madonna Borderline into, we cover Susie, we cover Cher, we cover In Excess. We cover,
gorgeous.
Yeah. Leonard Cohen.
What do you think of Chapel Rowan? Where do you stand with?
Again,
Chapel? That's
like one of those like sacred halls where people are so fucking psyched, and so I'm down. But I don't. It's I'm happy to witness this phenomena, and it doesn't touch me in any way other than that. But that's cool.
I did an ambient cover of Pink Pony Club at Heavy Manners
Wow.
Library sometime last year. It was really
See,
fun.
I would
It was
like
a song.
to hear that.
It was on loop in my life, in my car, and in my kids' lives and everything. And I was like, this is a very positive song. I can enjoy this. And I went to learn it, and it has a lot of shared DNA. I felt like with like Gigantic as well, like the Pixies song. I was like, it's this this kind of looping bass line, but it builds up and builds down, and it's an arranged kind of thing, but it all functions on a spine of a singular kind of melodic loop. And so
that's fun.
It's kind of fun. I can appreciate this in its parts and its sums, and I did a kind of run on it, and it was fun. I only did it that one time. I should have recorded though. That you're smart for putting out an album of covers.
Next time, buddy. Next time.
All right. Well, let's play shows. Let's hang. You're back in town. Yeah. This sounds like fun.
Let's do it.
Awesome. Cool. Okay, everybody. We'll go to tarajaneoneal.bandcamp.com. They can also go to your website, tarajaneoneal.com.
And my Instagram, where you see all kinds of dumb photos of me and my dog. Also the same damn name. And if anybody wants to give me a new moniker, I need a new moniker. I'm tired of my name.
Harmonica?
No, a moniker. Like a band name.
Oh, yeah.
Like I don't know, Stove or.
Oh, right. Yeah. What did I was riffing on these ones. What was the what I have a list of names. Do you do this? Do you keep a list of names of things that hit your ear and you write it down?
I do, but they're never good.
No, but are they supposed to be though? That was the whole point of just writing everything down.
No,
I love the moments
fun.
when you get to, but it has to happen socially. It can't just happen to you on your own.
No, totally.
You have to it has to be either that drunken conversation or that long drive conversation.
Or you're just deep in it. There's one here I see from April with my friend Dan from Ida when we were recording the Adrenal People. That's horrible. The
adrenal people? Like adrenal?
Yeah. The Adrenal People.
Oh, yeah.
Can't use that. But yeah.
But it hits the ear in a way. It could be the song name. I could go for a song name with that. I could go somewhere with it. Yeah.
I think it was just a moment.
I love it. Well, I think, yeah.
But, I'm still down.
Jazz drives?
I know I have so many. But yeah. Sweepstakes. The prize is Randy will bring you a Trader Joe's mini ice cream.
There we go. The next show. We're doing it.
Okay.
Mini ice creams for everybody. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, TJO. That was so much fun.
Thanks, Randy.
All right.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
OMG. Could you hear me blushing through the microphones? I love Tara. She is awesome. Everybody go to tarajaneoneal.com. Go to Instagram /TaraJaneO'Neal, all one word. And while you're at it, go to tarajaneoneal.bandcamp.com. These will all be links in the show notes. If you got to find the show notes, they're there on your podcast player. I don't know, how do you do it? On Apple, you're listening to something, there should be the 3 dots next to it. And you can say, what do you say? You say go to show. And underneath that, where it says go to show, we got all the shows there. Oh yeah, more. You got a whole thing. There's all kinds of good show notes. Find the show notes. Let me know if you find the show notes. You can write me hyphenate@gmail.com. You can also find me on Instagram @RandySRandall. And go to shows. Pay artists. Have fun. Support DIY networks. Be part of your community. Go out there. Make a racket. Join a gamelan group. Start a gamelan group. Start a gamelan listening group. Start an experimental noise project and play in your driveway. And invite all your neighbors over for coffee and tea and iced tea and weird music. Because it's fun. Because it's the right thing to do. It's a fun thing. If you have an itch, scratch it. Go out there. The world needs more experimentation, more expression, more finding ways of moving through this world. And we do it together. I really feel so fortunate for everybody that I get to be part of their lives, and we get to, go play music together and play shows together. I'm having a blast. I'm doing it the only way I know how, one day at a time, and just trying to have as much fun as I can. And, just get out there, make a racket, make a fuss. It's worth doing. You're worth doing it. Go do it. Support your friends and make your own music. Bye.
I'm hoping to like get into the mystery box, I call it, in the afternoon, where I'm like, okay, I'm going, don't fucking call me anybody. I'm going into the mystery box, and that's like my focus zone.